The Colorado Buffaloes are quietly making waves in college football recruiting, and their latest pursuit could change everything at the running back position. Imagine a game-changing talent stepping onto the field under Coach Deion Sanders, a star known not just for his Hall of Fame career, but for turning programs around. Today, we're diving deep into the story of Amari Thomas, a rising four-star running back recruit from Florida, and how the Buffaloes could be on the verge of landing a top-tier offensive weapon. Stay tuned, because this recruiting battle is heating up, and it could reshape Colorado's offense for years to come. Amari Thomas, a four-star running back recruit from Blountstown, Florida, is about to make one of the biggest decisions of his young football career. With a shortlist that includes powerhouse programs like Florida State, South Carolina, and Georgia Tech, the Colorado Buffaloes are quietly making a strong push to get his commitment. This is a big deal, especially considering Colorado's recent resurgence under Coach Deion Sanders. Known affectionately as Coach Prime, Sanders has been building a winning culture in Boulder, and landing a recruit like Thomas would only add fuel to that fire. But it won't be easy. Thomas is weighing his options carefully, and the competition is fierce. Before we break down what each school brings to the table, let's talk about Thomas himself. In 2024, while playing for Marianna High School in Florida, he rushed for an eye-popping 1,880 yards, and scored 34 touchdowns on just 10 games. That's an average of over 12 yards per carry, an elite production rate that makes defenders dread facing him. Not just a pure runner, Thomas also caught 14 passes for 247 yards and 3 touchdowns, showing he's a versatile threat out of the backfield. This kind of dual threat ability is highly coveted in college football, especially in today's game where offenses demand versatility. Now, at Blountstown High School, Thomas is aiming to elevate his game even further. He's got his eyes set on winning a state championship in his senior year. But more importantly, he's focused on finding the right fit for his next big step. So who's after Thomas? First up, Florida State Seminoles. Thomas actually committed to the Seminoles earlier this year, back in January. Florida State is a traditional college football powerhouse with a strong legacy and a passionate fan base. They made a strong impression on Thomas with their coaching staff and the people behind the scenes, and he recently revisited the campus to keep that connection alive. Thomas said, "I still believe in Florida State. They should have a good season, and I try to talk to the coaches there. They have great people inside the building." Next, there's South Carolina. The Gamecocks have been on the rise and are expected to be a playoff contender. Thomas had an official visit with them that left a strong impression, especially since it was during a night game, adding to the excitement and atmosphere. South Carolina has been consistently improving under head coach Shane Beamer, and Thomas clearly sees the potential there. Georgia Tech is also in the picture, adding another option for Thomas in the competitive Atlantic Coast Conference. While not the most talked-about candidate in this recruiting race, they have a unique style of play that may appeal to him. Now here's where things get really interesting. The Colorado Buffaloes are not your typical SEC or ACC program, but Coach Prime is changing the narrative. Being a Florida native himself, Sanders understands the talent pool Thomas comes from and has been aggressively recruiting him. Thomas told rivals that the Buffaloes have been coming at me hard, talking not only to him, but to his family. They're offering something different, a chance to be part of a historic rebuild with a coach who's proven he can bring out the best in players and create NFL-caliber talent. Despite the distance from Florida to Colorado, Thomas is seriously considering the Buffaloes. He said, "I like Colorado, even though it's a crazy far trip from home. It may be worth it to play for Coach Prime." That's a powerful statement. Coach Sanders' reputation as a mentor and motivator may tip the scales in Colorado's favor. Colorado's running back room currently has some talent. Players like Dallin Hayden, DeKalen Taylor, and Micah Welch bring speed and power. But the room lacks that elite, game-breaking presence that Thomas could provide. Enter Marshall Faulk, the newly hired running backs coach and NFL Hall of Famer. Faulk's expertise and history of developing great backs could be exactly what Colorado needs. His arrival signals a renewed focus on the ground game, and with quarterback Caden Salter bringing a rushing threat from the QB position, the Buffaloes' offense could become much more dynamic. Landing Thomas would give Faulk a true feature back to develop, one capable of changing games on the ground and in the passing game. If Thomas commits to Colorado, it's more than just a recruit. It's a statement. It means Coach Prime's vision is resonating, and the Buffaloes could soon be a destination for top talent, even from faraway states like Florida. Thomas brings elite speed, versatility, and a championship mindset. His addition would strengthen Colorado's offense in ways that could lead to more wins, bigger fan engagement, and even potential playoff appearances. The ripple effect could be huge. Future recruits will see a program on the rise. Coached by one of football's most charismatic leaders, with NFL-level mentorship from Faulk and the energy Coach Sanders brings, Thomas is set to make his decision by Friday. And as the countdown ticks, all eyes are on this promising running back. Will he stay closer to home with South Carolina or Florida State? Or will he take a leap west and become a cornerstone for the Colorado Buffaloes? Whatever he chooses, one thing is clear. Amari Thomas is a player to watch. He's ready to take his game to the next level, and the schools competing for him know it. For the Buffaloes, landing Thomas could mean the difference between a good team and a great one. If you're as excited as we are to see where Amari Thomas lands, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe for all the latest college football recruiting news, and share this video with your fellow football fans. Comment below, which school do you think is the best fit for Thomas? And what kind of impact will he have wherever he goes? We want to hear your thoughts. This is a defining moment for Colorado football, and we'll be here to keep you updated every step of the way. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.